While the media obsesses over trivial matters, President Trump is busy reshaping America's global position. He met with Ireland's Prime Minister, Mikhail Martin, and it represents a significant shift in international relations that few are talking about. He simply said, "It's great to have you in the Oval Office. We have tremendous business relationships with Ireland, and that will only get stronger." But make no mistake, it wasn't just diplomatic pleasantries. Trump addressed the massive trade deficit head on. He said, "We do have a massive deficit with Ireland because Ireland was very smart. It took our pharmaceutical companies away from presidents that didn't know what they were doing." Unlike his predecessors, who let America get fleeced, Trump has made it clear the EU has been very tough, and it's our turn too. And just as President Trump is strengthening America's position globally, you need to strengthen your body's most vital systems. Did you know nearly half of all American adults struggle with high blood pressure? It's a silent crisis threatening our nation's health, much like Ireland's pharmaceutical advantage was a silent drain on our economy. But now there's hope on both fronts. President Trump is rebalancing our international trade relationships, and this powerful formula is helping thousands rebalance their cardiovascular health. It's a triple action solution that helps manage blood pressure, cholesterol, and weight naturally, containing clinically proven ingredients like white mulberry leaf, cinnamon bark powder. It works by reversing insulin resistance, that hidden culprit behind many issues. Just as Trump is negotiating better deals for America, you can negotiate better terms with your body. Visit boostwithgary.com for up to 40% off and take control of your health destiny. Boost with Gary, linked in the description. Okay, let's check in on what happened when the Prime Minister of Ireland presented the president with the traditional bowl of Shamrock.
Time-honored tradition, I'm going to present the bowl of Shamrock to President Trump.
There it is. The bowl of Shamrock for the president. Much luck on the horizon.
Time-honored tradition.
And here's where he said, "Nothing more noble than the pursuit of peace."
In my view, there is nothing more noble, President, than the pursuit of peace. And this is what you are doing. Ireland is ready to work with you and our international partners to end conflict and especially to bring just, lasting and sustainable peace to the people of Ukraine and the people of the Middle East. Conflict and war hurt the most vulnerable. Too many children in particular have died in Gaza, in Israel, in Sudan, and too many children have been abducted in Ukraine. Let us together never cease to strive for peace, prosperity and opportunity for all the world's children. That would be an extraordinary achievement for the transatlantic relationship and an extraordinary legacy for the ages. In my view...
Legacy for the ages. Here's more. President Trump.
White House. We have come together to this beautiful White House this evening for the annual Shamrock ceremony, a living symbol of the long and unique friendship between Americans and the Irish. And we're always going to have that friendship, just like we have a great friendship. We'll always have that very special friendship. This wonderful tradition dates back to 1952, when the first Irish ambassador to the United States sent President Truman a box of Shamrocks as a gesture of goodwill. You hear that, Walsh? The first. You're not the first. You're, I don't know what you are. What number are you? Do you have any idea? It's been a long time, right? Let's see. I could figure it out pretty easily. The bond between our nations is the old America itself, and it is as old as our country. So many Irish volunteers risked their lives in the American Revolution, and George Washington described Ireland as, quote, "the friend of my country in my country's most friendless day," meaning Ireland stuck with us when we were not doing so well, when it was looking pretty bad. Irish heritage gave us the boldness of Andrew Jackson. I didn't know Andrew Jackson was Irish. The brilliance of F. Scott Fitzgerald, Henry Ford, and Walt Disney, and the leadership of the late, great President Ronald Reagan.
And Gary Franchi. He forgot that part. Here's President Trump departing the Friends of Ireland luncheon. Oh, man, the bagpipes kill me every time. Every time the bagpipes. Oh, man, there's something about that sound, man. God, I love it. I can't even play it because I'll start crying. Man, I love it. Ooh. Oh, man, I love the bagpipes. Oh, that's rough. God bless him. Here he is at the Friends of Ireland luncheon.
Most of which are. Thank you to Speaker Johnson, and thank you to all of the members of Congress who are here, quite a few, most of which are Irish, most of whom are Irish. And we welcome Taoiseach, and I love the name because Michal, but it's Michael. I said, how many people call you Michael? It's exactly Michael. I said, he said, about 50%. I said, do you get upset when they do? He said, no, but I'm going to call you Michal because that's the way it is. Martin, who has really been terrific. I've been with him quite a bit. I've spoken to him quite a bit, and we're going to have no problems. And his wife, Mary, we welcome you to America. Fantastic people. And it's really a wonderful annual tradition being here. We're also grateful to be joined by Irish Ambassador to the United States, Geraldine Byrne Nason. Where's Geraldine? Hi, Geraldine. Thank you very much. And the entire Irish delegation. And I know we're a little bit, everybody's a little bit late today, but that's okay because we're celebrating the Irish, and I think it's okay we're a little bit late. I also want to congratulate a friend of mine, Ed Walsh. He's a great golfer. He's a championship golfer, actually. Not quite as good as Rory, but that's okay. But he's right up there. He's won many club championships, and he's one of the best golfers you'll ever see. And congratulations, boy, you're going to have fun over there. He's going to be the ambassador to Ireland. So congratulations, Ed. Well, maybe it is thanks to me, but you're going to have a good time. You're going to represent us well. He can do most of his business on the golf course, too. That's a nice, but he's got the best job of anybody. And I really appreciate so many of my friends being here. So many great friends are here. This afternoon, we're gathered to celebrate the deep and abiding ties of history, family, and friendship that bind together Ireland and the United States of America. The Irish-American patriots have been part of our national history in our country's earliest days. Amazing history they have with our country. Irish Americans fought heroically in our war for independence, served with honor in the crucible of the Civil War, and won fame and valor among Theodore Roosevelt's famous Rough Riders. They were Rough Riders. By some estimates, more than 2,000 Irish-American warriors have earned the Congressional Medal of Honor. This is an amazing statistic because who would ever think that's even possible? It's more than 50% of the medals of honor were won by the Irish. I'm going to have to check that. That sounds like, that's an awfully good statistic. We're going to have to check what's going on over there, huh? But that's an amazing statistic, actually, 50%. This includes the great Audie Murphy, the most decorated enlisted soldier in American history, whose service in the Second World War earned a Medal of Honor, 2 Silver Stars, a Bronze Star, 3 Purple Hearts, and the Legion of Merit. Quite a person. Became a movie actor. The movie actor stuff wasn't quite as good as the soldier that he did, but he was great. Became a very famous person, actually. America has truly been blessed by the courage and unstoppable spirit of the Irish. Over the generations, Americans of Irish ancestry have helped build our railroads and raise our cities and man our factories, enrich our culture with art and music and literature. We see that all over. And protect our communities by joining the proud tradition of Irish-American police officers and firefighters. And few have done more for the Stars and Stripes than the sons and daughters of the Emerald Isle. And I can tell you, I know your father was a great boxer, and they have a lot of good fighters. I know so many Irish fighters, they like to fight, and they're damn good at it too. But his father was a great fighter, actually, so that means genetically I'm not going to mess around with you. You understand? I'm a believer in that. But as you know, on Monday, millions of Americans will celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We love St. Patrick's Day, maybe especially in New York. Hundreds of thousands of citizens decked in Irish green will parade through the streets of Chicago, Boston, Philadelphia, and of course New York, a sight that I've witnessed many, many times. In Manhattan, the people will stream up Fifth Avenue and march past the magnificent, I see it so much and I love it, especially when you're looking down upon St. Patrick's Cathedral, because it's to me one of the most beautiful cathedrals in the world. And it's a monument not only to God, but also to the patron saint of Ireland, patron saint. It's really an extraordinary testament to the connection between our two countries that after more than 1,500 years, the shining legacy of St. Patrick still rouses city blocks half the world away. Think of that, and fills our people with incredible love and pride. We have a lot of pride in that cathedral. That cathedral is something, to me, so beautiful. I think maybe my favorite, they have larger, you know. It's very large, but they have larger, but I think it's truly one of the most beautiful. The Irish spirit is truly alive and thriving in America, and as we see today, the friendship between our nations is strong and it's really unbreakable, and that includes all of you, you know, it's all of you. We love you all. So Taoiseach, I want to just thank you once again for being here. It's an honor, and hopefully we're going to be doing this at least 3 more times, okay? We're going to be doing this 3 more times, at least. And when I say at least, they go absolutely crazy.
Okay, let's keep going. What happened here? This is some of their Oval Office talk.
Thank you for your hospitality and the warmth of your reception. And I commend you in terms of the work that you're doing, particularly in terms of the pursuit of peace, which we discussed earlier. And I think that's going well. And you really have, in the first sort of 100 days of this government, you've done some extraordinary things very quickly. Everybody's watching.
Everybody's watching for sure. Here's more. This is him talking about the cost of eggs.
30%. I don't know if you saw a little thing like the cost of eggs. Little to you, but big to people out there. Down almost 30% in the last few days. We got it down. We did a lot of things. We have a great Secretary of Agriculture, and we did a lot of things that got the cost of eggs down very substantially.
And speaking of eggs, let's see, talking about oil prices.
Dollars that I'm very happy with is oil is down to $65 a barrel. And that's faster than I would have attempted. We put on the gas, we stepped in the gas in order to get oil. And what's happening. So we're getting that down. When energy comes down, prices are going to be coming down with it. So
let's go, baby. Let's go. Talking about the peace initiatives. Oh, here. Okay, this is what I wanted to play about the pharmaceutical companies.
Taking advantage of.
The EU was set up in order to take advantage of the United States.
Including Ireland? Is Ireland taking advantage of the US?
Of course they are. I can't, you know, I have great respect for Ireland and what they did. And they should have done just what they did. But the United States shouldn't have let it happen. We had stupid leaders. We had leaders that didn't have a clue. Or let's say they weren't business people, but they didn't have a clue what was happening. And all of a sudden, Ireland has, you know, our pharmaceutical companies and other, this beautiful island of 5 million people. It's got the entire U.S. pharmaceutical industry in its grasp. And, you know, you mentioned housing and you mentioned other things. I mean, I have property in Ireland, as you know, and I love it. It does great. But I'd like to see the United States not have been so stupid for so many years, not just with Ireland, with everybody. You know, I looked at trade deals. I was telling the group yesterday, I looked at trade deals in term one. It's one of the reasons I decided I had to do this, because somebody had to straighten it out, and I didn't see anybody that was going to. I looked at trade deals that were so bad, I'd actually say, how is it possible that this could have happened? Who would have been so stupid to let these deals happen? For instance, when the pharmaceutical companies started to go to Ireland, I would have said, that's okay if you want to go to Ireland. I think it's great. But if you want to sell anything into the United States. I'm going to put a 200% tariff on you, so you're never going to be able to sell anything into the United States. You know what they would have done? They would have stayed here.
So the significance of the Ireland meeting extends far beyond the lighthearted moment when Trump poked fun at the Vice President's socks. It's about fundamentally restructuring America's position in the global economy. For decades, countries like Ireland have used aggressive tax strategies to lure American companies offshore, taking jobs and tax revenue with them. Previous administrations either didn't understand what was happening or simply didn't care. Well, President Trump not only understands, he is determined to fix it. And the fact that the Ireland Prime Minister commented that Trump, particularly in terms of the pursuit of peace talks, speaks volumes about Trump's growing international respect. Meanwhile, oil prices are falling faster than expected, according to the president, another win for American consumers. This administration is systematically rebuilding American power on the world stage, one relationship at a time. So I ask you, is Trump tough? Is Trump's tough but respectful approach to international relations the key to restoring American greatness? Drop a comment below and show your support for the Next News Network with a hat or a shirt, and show the world you stand with real news at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. It's linked down below.